Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. First and foremost, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. Double honor, as always, to the apostles of Great Millstone, GMS, who rule and teach our nation well. Peace, salutations, blessings to the Akim, pushing this 100% gospel the world over. To you few sisters who are doing the right thing, to you I say Shalom. Adawan Ratazar, which means Lord willing. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. So we're going to get straight into it. This is a article from Reuters, a very reputable source, media or news media source, rather. Okay, and dated March the 3rd, 2023. And the headline says, Brazil approves genetically modified organism (GMO) wheat as food supply fears help, convince skeptics. Okay. So if we could jump down, it says Brazil has approved the cultivation and sale of drought-tolerant genetically modified wheat, a major boost for the once taboo crop as global food supplies fears and regional dry weather burnishes the lure of GMO. The approval, which biosecurity agency CTN Bio posted, makes Brazil the second nation after Argentina to approve whatever that word is. Okay, wheat strain for cultivation. Other markets have approved it for consumption. Brazil is one of the world's largest consumer markets and food exporters. While the green light does not mean Brazil will necessarily grow GMO wheat for its production soon, it reflects a major shift in attitudes as climate change and the war in Ukraine sharpen worries over a global food crisis. GMO wheat has never been grown for commercial purposes due to consumer fears about allergens or toxicities in the staple crop, used worldwide for bread, pasta and pastries. Biotech varieties of corn and soy used for animal feed, biofuels and ingredients like cooking oil are commonplace. Right, and wheat is obviously, is your typical, common food. Your basic ingredient using, of course, bread, pasta, as it says above. Alright, and if they're modifying something like that, who knows what they've already done to other foods. It says, Bioceres said in a statement on Friday the approval meant opening the Brazilian market to the technology, in parentheses, adding it would help ease commercialization of the strain in Argentina. The two countries dominate South America's wheat production. Plant genetics company Tropical Melhoramento, a partner in Brazil of Argentina's Bioceres, made the approval request. Okay. I'll jump down a bit more. Get some key points. Brazil plants about 3 million hectares, alright, with wheat mostly in southern states like Rio Grande do Sul and Paraná. Drought-tolerant wheat may appeal to farmers in that region where crops such as corn and soya face water stress. In Argentina, drought since last year cut the wheat crop in half. In November 2021, Brazil became the first country in the world to allow imports of flour made with GM wheat. Okay. The approval for planting, imports and commercialization of GMO wheat resolves this issue, bringing peace of mind to different market actors. The final word will rest with consumers. Okay, so they've even got, as we scroll up, a plant genetics company involved in this. Because really, when you look at, in fact, we'll look at what GMO, more into GMO foods. All right, so GMO foods. Modified foods, also known as genetically engineered foods or bioengineered foods, are foods produced from organisms that have had changes introduced into their DNA using the methods of genetic engineering. And off the bat, we know that this is not a natural process. Okay. Food, natural organic food, okay, is supposed to, it's supposed to spring forth. You wash it as normal, do whatever you need to do, and consume it. It's not meant to undergo so many long chemical processes and changes. Okay, that tampers with the nutritional value of it. Okay, and then on top of that, it can lead to consuming it a lot can lead to health problems from consuming those foods that have been modified so much. You got seedless foods, okay, which is not natural. Okay, All right, and it can alter. Maybe there could be more salt in it than there was before. All right, and then there's preservatives and additives and things like that that are attached to these foods as well. These things are most certainly harmful because they cross the DNA from one, from one cell of a food and then use another cell of another from another DNA of the food into that. Okay, and they do all these things in labs, and these things are popular ways of harming the population because if you control the food, you control the people. All right, and all we eat is processed things anyway. Nothing's natural. You go to these supermarket chains, all right, you've got a whole paragraph of ingredients that you can't even pronounce on the back of these food products, and it's like what you're eating. It makes you more sick, prone to illness. All right, it doesn't even fulfill you or fill you up you know as natural food would, as organic food would. And trust me, they've tampered with the organic stuff as well, even though it's organic. So this is from Wikipedia. Let's get maybe the first paragraph or so. So, bioengineered foods are foods produced from organisms that have had changes introduced into their DNA using the methods of genetic engineering. Right, so the engineering techniques allow for the introduction of new traits as well as a greater control over traits when compared to previous methods, selective breeding and mutation breeding. Okay, and even the animals, even the meats that you eat as well, man. Okay, that's all been tampered with as well. A lot of these animals are killed under stress, and then you're ingesting the stress that they underwent. You know. So this is from FDA.gov. All right, GMO crops, food, animal food, and beyond. Okay. Am I eating foods that come from GMO crops? It is very likely you are eating foods and food products that are made with ingredients that come from GMO crops. Many GMO crops are used to make ingredients that Americans eat, such as cornstarch, corn syrup, corn oil, soybean oil, and those are not healthy at all. Canola oil or granulated sugar. Right, these contribute to diabetes and high blood pressure and things like that. A lot of, our people, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, okay, especially in Southern Kingdom, to my knowledge. All right, it's easier for us to, you know, easily come down with high blood pressure and diabetes and prostate cancer, things like that, when we're prone to stuff like that. Okay, a few fresh fruit and vegetables are available in GMO varieties. Okay, all right. So they've attacked the healthy foods, like your fruit, man, and your salad and things like that. Apples, summer squash, potatoes, papayas, pink pineapples. So you've even got a diagram on where you can find GMOs. Okay. So here it is with corn and soybean. Most soy grown in the United States is GMO soy. Most GMO soy is used for food for animals, predominantly poultry and livestock, and making soybean oil. Uses ingredients lecithin, emulsifiers, and proteins in processed foods. Okay, now you can jump into the article whenever you have more time. So the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, alright, FDA, alright, Esau Edom's his food source. Okay, see, this is why we don't trust our enemy, alright, because food, you get your medicine from food too. Alright, like the word restaurant, when you look up the etymology of that word, it means to restore. Okay, food is meant to restore you, you know, restore your health back. Let's see this now. Right, restaurant. From Etim Online, the noun, an eating house establishment where meals may be bought and eaten, of course. 1821 from French, restaurant, a restaurant originally, food that restore. Okay, Noun use of present participle of restorer to restore or refresh. Okay. Right, to help build back your skin cells and, restore back the body. Okay, to a healthy and living state, healthy body state. But if they're putting things in there that does more harm than damage, then they want to keep you in that low, you know, sick vibration, right, body state. Okay. Are GMOs used to make anything besides foods? When you hear the term GMO, you probably think of food. However, techniques used to create GMOs are important in creating some medicines as well. Alright, so not only food but medicines that you need to take, they're all he sells pharmacia, okay, which is already bad as it is. Alright, but he's even got GMO pharmacia too. In fact, genetic engineering, which is the process used to create GMOs, was first used to make human insulin, a medicine used to treat diabetes. Medicines developed through genetic engineering go through an in-depth FDA approval process. All medicines must be proven to be safe and effective before they are approved for human use. Okay, so let's get a precept out. Alright, because it's the sure mercies of Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, why we're here. Alright, why we're not completely consumed. Because if this devil had his way, man, we wouldn't be alive at all. And if we were, we couldn't even focus and function properly. So this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, verse 13. Waha Adawan Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Yasha'ala eat their defiled bread, right, meaning their food, their water, alright, among the Gentiles, right, these heathens, whither I will drive them, right? That's can link that back to the curse when we're being scattered, alright, amongst these other heathen nations, these brute beasts, alright. We eat everything that's that's tainted, that's in factories, and all manner of abominations are being served around that food as well, things like that, alright. Because when you look at the word defiled, right, the Hebrew word is tama'ah, right, unclean, impure, ritually, of places, ethically and religiously, right. So it's all impure in every manner, way, shape and form, as much as as that you can think of. Okay. You got these other heathens that pray over their food to false gods, right, like halal meats, things like that, the Elam and Ishmael, alright, their establishments own. Okay. And then you got ritualistic practices that they do with these foods as well, that we have to eat from. Now, if it's within your means, you eat as healthy as you can, grow certain things that you possibly can. All right, cook more at home than order out. Okay, things like that. Eat the best. We have to eat the best of the worst. All right, if it's in your financial means to do so. Okay. So, we'll read it again. Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. And the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. Okay. And we still have to make do with the stuff that we have. Now if you can, invest in a blender, alright, smoothies, things like that to enhance your health, alright, to keep your body in a sound state, alright, as well as of course exercise, alright, because as we dwell in this earthly tabernacle, alright, we need to look after our temple, alright, which is not ours, alright. Right, that was loaned to us by Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay. Things like that. Go on fasts. Alright, that helps detoxify the body. Build back cells. Alright, skin cells. Strengthen your immune system. Things like that. 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 8. For bodily exercise profiteth little. Alright. You may profit a little, but it still profits. But godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is, and of that which is to come. Okay, so while we're in these chains of darkness, this flesh, all right, we got to look after our earthly tabernacle. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom to the elect. Again, double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, and all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua Bashem, Makakudah. Alright, Shabbat Shalom.